Have you guys ever wondered how did these products get on the shelves? How do these alcohol products, the ones that we love during the holiday seasons, actually get here? Well, funny thing that you ask. I'm gonna show you guys or tell you my experience of delivering alcohol beverage to your favorite local store. Before we get into that, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. This is the world of the transportation, freight broker, whatever you want to put in there. This is what we do every day. It's kind of fascinating when I walk in stores like that and I actually see products that I had to, you know what I mean, get in there, get delivered, they're on the shelf, and people like us, like you, can enjoy a good bourbon on a long, stressful day, right? We're gonna get in the car. I'm gonna holler at you, man. What's up? So you guys seen the video. We had an interesting shipment. This is actually our first time ever delivering alcohol products. So it was very exciting. So much information we learned on the whole liquor transportation side. I'm not saying we're experts, but you know, when you deliver one, you're basically an expert. But yes, if you ever wonder how do these products get to the shelves at your local liquor store or at your local grocery stores, let me fill you in. How did it get delivered? And hopefully this can help someone who's actually going to be get into that type of niche. Hopefully it helps you to avoid any of the mistakes that we did. I'm actually on my way and I gotta go cash some T-checks. I'm going to the gym. I gotta practice more on some straight back driving on the trucks. So today's gonna be a very packed day. But what I learned from delivering or setting up a delivery for alcohol products is you want to make sure you get the right truck. Okay, of course you want a refrigerated truck, you know what I mean, a reefer or something that can contain these products, and so it won't get sour. It won't become sour from the point of pickup to the point of drop off. Okay, and the truck that we end up getting was what size was it? It was a box truck. The reason why we choose a box truck was because one, it was cheaper than getting a whole 53-foot reefer truck. So that means there's more money coming in our pockets. We're able to get a better rate, and the customer's happy, the carrier's happy, and we're satisfied. That's the goal. So what we're delivering, they didn't need the whole space of a 53-foot reefer truck. So we're able to coordinate with the box truck carrier that was able to pick up from California coming down to Florida. So we're able to get the proper temperature that we needed for these trucks. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you got the right temperatures. You want to make sure you got the right space. If you need straps, if you need anything that can secure the alcohol bottles or wine bottles in that truck. So when it comes to getting transported, there's no damages, there's no fault, you're good to go, everybody's happy. And you always want to tell your carriers too to take pictures of the time it gets loaded into the trailer from the time you drop it off, so we can have that insurance just in case someone at this facility that picks up the products accidentally breaks a bottle or something. A lot of time they would blame it on you instead of them being a man or a woman and taking responsibility. A lot of time they'll come back and say, well, we didn't do that, it was you guys delivered that, it was your carrier. So you want to make sure you have that proper footage, so you have that insurance. So basically you're saving your own butt. Okay, that's what this business is all about. Make sure you save your butt, because we don't have time to be going back and forth, and our insurance policies gets involved and all that stuff, because you know how the insurance company are. Yeah, you're insured, but they don't want to insure anything. So make sure you're able to take care of it. So that's one tip. Make sure that your carriers understand the responsibilities and your basic requirements for the pickup of the products to the drop off of the products. And also you want to make sure you know the proper temperature that cargo or that box truck needs to have at all times, okay? Because the last thing you want to happen is that they finally deliver these products, the alcohol products, and it's sour or is not good anymore due to the fact that the carrier didn't take the time to make sure that their truck is properly insulated and properly temperatured for whatever they have in the back of their cargo. And that's for anything. You always want to make sure you talk to the shipper, ask the shipper all the details, what they require, and then as a broker, you want to forward that information to your carrier. So everyone gets that, everybody knows, everybody's on track, right? We're on the same page. And another thing you want to make sure too is that you want to have the proper paperwork. So wherever you're picking up your products at, you want to make sure that you have the proper paperwork and you have the proper liquor permits, right? For instance, we had a carrier picking up alcohol, right, wine from New Jersey. And in the state of New Jersey, you need to have the liquor permit, which you can get it online. It's like a $40 fee to be able to pick up the alcohol from wherever it's at, whatever facility is at. If you don't have that paperwork, then you're not going to be able to pick it up until you have that paperwork. And those paperwork only last for like a day. It's a 1 day permit, you know? So you want to be able to get that permit 24 hours before the day of the pickup. So if you have to pick it up on Monday, you want to fill that paperwork out on Sunday. So when you do get that copy, you can pass it to your carrier. Your carrier can take it to the pickup location, the facility. He can present the liquor permit. He can show them the BOL, and he can go ahead and go on with his regular duties. And also, when you're filling out that permit, you need the model, the year, the color of the whatever truck or box truck that they have, the VIN number. You need all that, license number, all that has to be on that permit. So when you're filling it out, before you fill it out, make sure you get in contact with your carrier, ask your carrier all those information. So when you do fill out this paperwork, you have all the proper requirements for the permit, okay? Because what happened to us, we didn't know about all that our first time delivering these products, and our carrier got to the place. And when he got to the place, he was like, hey, he shows a screenshot and was like, hey, listen, look, I need a permit. So we were rushing, trying to scramble, figure out where we can get this permit and this and that. Went on the website, we found a place where we get the permit, and then we learned that the permits only last for a day. And by the time we were able to get the permit, the facility already closed. So they weren't going to stay a little bit longer to allow our carrier to take the product. So we ended up paying our carrier his time. I think it was $150 from going there, but we were able to get another permit that following week and use the same carrier to go pick up that product. So you have to remember all that stuff. And another thing I learned too about transporting alcohol products is that a lot of these times these products are coming from the port. Like our shipper, the person that we got a contract with, they get their wines from Argentina. So she buys cases on cases of this wine that's very popular at her location from Argentina. So from Argentina, they'll package and ship from Argentina to California. Once you get to California, you basically have to wait until the port gives you the green light to go pick it up. Or you have to wait until the shipper says, hey, all the proper documents on our end are filled and we're able to pick up the product on this day. You just can't go over there and go pick it up. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. So there's a lot of stuff when it comes to import, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the back scene that a lot of people don't know. And we're actually starting to transition into we're actually going to start to transition. I see this truck trying to do, oh, okay, I thought he was trying to do a U-turn, this big old truck. Anyways, we're actually trying to transition into becoming an international brokerage, or I don't want to say shipper, but become international. And the cool thing about that too is like when we met this person, he linked us up with this shipper that purchased wine from Argentina, and we did such a fabulous job that he wants to introduce us to a lot of his international partners. And that's another cool thing about this industry. It's about building relationships. You have to build relationships, because you just don't know how far one relationship with one person can take you. We went from looking for shippers and working domestically, now we're actually getting an opportunity to work internationally. So that's just, it's astounding, man. It's like, it blows my mind every day thinking about that. Whoa, we're about to become international. And it's not hard, you know. There's a lot of regulations and permits and paperwork that you got to learn, and but all that stuff is just great when you're trying to build your company. And our principles that we just don't want to be your mom and pop, if I can say that, a mom and pop brokerage. We want to be a big player in this game, and you guys seen it from the beginning to where we at now. If you actually go back and watch all my videos, right, if you watch all my videos, you'll see where we started from and where we at right now. And trust me, we still got a long ways to go. Like, I'm not sure if I mentioned in my last video, but we did our profit and loss balance sheet, and I realized we made a lot of money with one shipper, but a lot of that money went to the carriers. So that's the reason why we're moving forward, and I'm gonna grab my CDL Class A license, where I'm able to purchase trucks, I'm able to drive these trucks, I'm able to pick up our own shippers freight, which will become a asset-based brokerage, and that's how you're able to stand out with all these other thousands of up-and-coming brokerage. Is when you actually are asset-based, meaning that not only you're a broker, but you also do have your own trucks, you also do have your own trailers. So when you do get these loads, or your shipper send you out lists, you actually can pick through them and say, hey, I'll take these 5 right here, or I take these 10 right here, or I take these 20 right here, because you have your own trucks. Of course, when you first start out, you're gonna have to learn how to use the load boards and all that good stuff, and understand the fundamental day-to-day duty as a broker, and contacting other truck drivers. And of course, you can make a carrier list where you can solely work with owner operators. But where we want to be at is having our own trucks, have our own drivers, and we do everything in-house. But yeah, if you're trying to become an international shipper or broker, or you want to learn more about the transportation of the alcohols and wine, because you know that never goes out of style. Alcohol never have a season. There's always a season to drink some alcohol, ain't it right? All right. So that's what we're learning. We're just blessed to be in that position. So that's a lot of stuff that we learned as transporting our first alcohol load, and it was a lot of learning. You know, sometimes when you learn, you got to pay a little bit, because there's stuff that you didn't foresee. But the cool thing about this industry is that while you're learning, you're able to make some money, and you're able to figure out how can you cut out the middleman. Even though brokers, we are middlemans, but I look at carriers as middlemans too. I'm trying to cut them out. I ain't playing. But I really want to be an asset-based company, and my partner, my wife, we all want to be an asset-based company. I actually have another partner that me and him has started a trucking business back in 2019, and y'all know what happened in 2020, where we wasn't able to purchase our first truck because it was insurance, the truck, and all this other stuff. It was our first time. We had the DOT, MC number, everything, but we wasn't able to move forward with the purchase of our first truck due to funds. So he ended up going to get his CDL license and working for a company, and now he's been on the road for a year. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get my CDL license now, after I learned the whole brokerage backside and all that stuff and how to run that. So we can be able to come together as a team and start getting some trucks in and grow the company. So hopefully that made a lot of sense to you guys. I just got here. I got to learn my backings. Today I'm actually doing offset backing. we'll see how that goes. It took me about a week to learn the backing part maneuvers, but hopefully I might be going to another location, a super school, if I may say. Another thing, when you're looking for CDL schools and you find your mom and pop's schools that are affordable, a lot of times these big name companies don't trust those type of certificates because a lot of these guys are kind of shaky or shady. So there's a school, there are other schools that are very, very, very prestige, and companies hire their students off the bat, but they cost a lot of money. So there are ways to get around that. You know, we have Career Source, there's other foundations, your state can pay for it, the government can pay for it. So if you do qualify for those qualifications, take advantage of it. You know, you're able to go to school, they pay for it, your license is free, you don't have to go to a company and have them pay for it, because what happened is you're gonna have to pay that company back, and you're gonna have to pay the school that you went to back. Yeah, they take payments, but remember, 9 out of 10, you're gonna be driving for the company for 6 months to a year, paying these people back and making pennies on the dollar. Do you want to do that? If that's the only choice you have, go ahead and run it, because the thing about the trucking industry is don't think about the money. The money's going to come, especially when you're first time driving. You know what I mean, you haven't even did a day on the road yet. You're gonna get paid like $600 a week. But the more experience you get after your 6 months, that's when you're gonna start seeing the little change. You know, $1,500 a week, $1,700 a week. And after a year, you're gonna start seeing $2,200 a week. And then when you get more and more and more, you got your own trucks, you're gonna start seeing $10,000 a week, blah 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 blah, and more. So that's what we're aiming for. We already have customers, so I can bypass that whole thing, but I still want my training. But that's how, if you're trying to be a freight broker and you want to get into the alcohol niche or the alcohol lane and deliver wines and Hennessy and all that stuff, just learn the regulations of the state that you're picking up from, and learn about where the state that you drop in. Do you need permits? What kind of temperature you need to tell your carriers, and the time base. Another cool fact, a lot of these companies, like our company, that the shipper that we dealt with actually paid us everything up front. They gave us the weight, the distance and all that stuff, and we kind of like did our little research and background and figure out the lanes and give them a quote. They loved the quote, and they gave us the money that same day. So we already had the money. So by the time we did find a carrier, we found it for a lower quote, more money in our pocket, but we're able to pay that carrier as soon as he dropped it off. And carriers love that. Even if I was a carrier, yeah, I would love that too. Get paid right when I drop it off. Hey, that's good, you know. I can go buy me another Cuban link or a new Apple Watch, right? And go get me an Apple Watch, or maybe a Rolex. But that's all I have to say. I'm gonna go ahead and study. I got T-checks to cash out. I gotta look up the books. I gotta see if I miss anybody on payment and blah 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 blah. There's a lot of stuff, but this is the fabulous life of a freight broker. If you don't know, now you know. Help us get to the 1,000 subscribers mark by October 1st, 2022 by liking, commenting, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Broker Talk.